Welcome to Cut Daisies and Unicorns, and it's a Trailer Friday, y'all. Right?
Trailer Friday.
Trailer Friday-ing.
Oh, Friday. Oh, Friday.
Friday. Yeah, so what are we doing on this Friday? Are you preparing for your weekend? Getting ready for all the plans that you may have?
Packing. This guy.
Yeah.
I keep buying boxes, and so I have a stash.
Oh.
Box stash.
So would you need boxes?
Well, yeah. I mean, I figure, like, when you think about how much stuff you really have in a kitchen, right? So,
And then you're always like, I don't want to overstuff.
Right.
Right. So you're like,
yeah, I mean,
keep it within a good range.
Where the antique grandma glasses are, like, I put, not only marked it fragile, I set it over on another pile, because I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to drive this box over.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, who takes 9 glasses by hand? Right. So you got, so I got this moving tissue paper. It's a novel concept. Just lay it out and crumple the stuff up, and
Sure.
super easy. My approach also is, as a minimum, I'm looking for a 5-box minimum day, typically.
Yeah.
So then that way, and I've got, things stacked up. So been through, made the trip to Goodwill, been through the closet.
So you get stuff from Goodwill and you contribute to Goodwill.
You know what? Right now, the DVD selection at Goodwill, the one I go to, is very poor. And you know what? Quite frankly, they're super expensive compared to the local consignment shop.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So why pay $3 when you can get a movie for $1?
Mm-hmm.
I have my own red box.
You're compiling. You're going to be your own Blockbuster.
Oh, man. I saw, yeah. I mean, I do have to give it to the consignment shop. I bought 5 movies there, and there wasn't a single one that was bad. Yeah. It was super good.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies,
Yeah.
have you seen Where the Crawdads Sing?
Why? That sounds familiar.
It's a new release.
Yeah.
It was the thing that caught my attention.
Oh, it's because it was a book.
It was a book. New York bestseller.
Yeah.
About a lady from the marsh. Suspenseful thriller murder mystery-esque.
Yeah.
Not gory.
But thriller.
I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not see it.
Saw that a couple of weeks ago.
I believe that my mother-in-law read the book and passed it along to my wife. So
yeah.
So I think I know at least my mother-in-law's read. I don't know if Heather got into it yet. So, but that's how I heard of it when you said the name. I'm like, I know it, but but that's why I know it, because of that, because of the book. Didn't know it was a movie, and I didn't know that it was just released.
Yeah. And
where can people view it?
Well, apparently on well, I mean, you would have to rent it.
Okay.
Actually, Rotten Tomatoes gives it poor reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. IMDb is 7.1 out of 10. Apparently, there's a controversy.
Oh, what's the controversy?
I want to read it before I say it out loud.
Oh, okay. You want to make sure it's good for the audience. Yeah. So Rotten Tomatoes. Oh yeah, that is low. The tomato meter.
The tomato meter.
I mean, the audience score is good for Rotten Tomatoes. It's just the tomato meter is not good. So the Halloween Ends, I think, just came out too, which is supposed to be the end of that, but I don't know. Either that or it's like, well, we'll wait another 20 years and then we'll put out another series of them. I don't know. But I think Yeah, so I don't know. They...
Yeah, I think that there's all kinds of. Apparently, if you would be a fan of enjoying reading, I would recommend reading the book because it doesn't look like the movie really followed the complete storyline of the book.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And poaching and like versus what Reese Witherspoon was involved.
So we would say that is not a certified fresh movie.
Right.
That it's on the rotten side of the tomato.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are we talking about on Sunday, Phil?
Yeah, so I think there's some definite intriguing things about Sunday. So we spend a portion of time talking about 73.
Yeah, just wanted to let everybody know that you will be fascinated, not only with the number 73, because on Sunday you'll be listening to Season 7, Episode 3, but we dive into the numerology of 73.
We do, yeah.
And in a historic venture, it's historic because we did it today, and it's historic because we went back to 1973, and we took the tops of 1973 and brought that all out so that you would have some chuckles along the way.
Right. Yeah, so there's a lot of interesting things there with 1973, and the number 73. We then get into, I would say, the topic of the day. So 73 wasn't necessarily what we were coming into with the subject matter. But we said, what happens when things don't go your way? And if you're starting to see things not going your way consistently, what should you do? And so there's a lot of helpful things there.
How do you navigate when things aren't going your way?
Yeah.
And in a moment of transparency, we just said, hey, this is an anti-social media venture here. We're letting you know that things don't always go our way.
Right.
We would have tendencies that as people look into our life, people think our lives are filled with everything goes our way.
Right.
But that is not the case because we are living in the shadows of this perceived reality, a full human experience.
Right.
How did you like that?
Right. It is. Yeah.
Right.
It's for sure the shadow. Yeah. It is. We're living in a shadow, everybody. This is the we're living in the simulation.
It's not X's and O's. It's zeros and ones.
Right.
Yeah. Digitized for the analog life.
That's true.
Yep. So we do that, and we do talk a little bit. We get back into season conversations and try to be an encouragement. And and there's a lot of things we didn't talk about, and there's a lot of things on our list of what we don't want to talk about.
Right.
But today
there is that list.
We did some talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. In a how to navigate difficult situations, we did put out a few hey, here's some tools that you can use. The art of distraction.
The art of distraction. Yep.
Which followed the reality of denial.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and so there's some good stuff. Came up with an idea that we don't know how fast we're going to move on, but it involves artificial intelligence.
Right.
So you'll have to listen Sunday to find out what that was all about.
Mm-hmm.
But it's actually pretty good option.
It is. And it'd probably be a good option for lots of people.
That's why I think it's just important to document it.
Mm-hmm. So now you're intrigued about how AI can be used. You're like, wait, where's it at?
You can
and
have
then
a personal assistant.
Yeah, Steve ends the episode with some really great advice on that too.
Yeah.
So all else fails, listen to Steve at the end right there.
Yeah, if you go back to like about the last 7 minutes, it's typical wrap up, and I don't rap. But yeah, good options.
Good options for you.
Well, I'm going to sign off because I've got pots calling the kettle black.
The pots are the pots are calling, and you don't want them to be black.
Well, some of them are going to be black.
All right, everybody, have a good weekend, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Sunday's coming.
Sunday is coming.
Sunday is coming.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Or enjoy it any other day of the week that ends with Y.
Right.
Yeah.
All of those will be good.
Any one of those days is an acceptable form of listening to our voices or watching us on video.
Yes. Any of them are acceptable.
So many acceptable forms.
Yeah. Just listen.
All right, everybody.
All right. See ya.